Hi, I'm Mariela. Welcome back. Today, this video is on behalf of Silvex Craft. Today, I'm gonna make this beautiful earring. I'm gonna be using this Miyuki 11 O's that I got from Silvex Craft, and I'm also gonna be using this earring post that I got from Silvex Craft. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Let's get started. The materials we're gonna need for this earring are gonna be seed beads 11/0. We're gonna need a 10mm Swarovski round, and we're gonna need a 5mm Swarovski round. We're gonna need 2 wire guardians sterling silver and 2 sterling silver ear posts for our earring. We're gonna be using Wildfire 006. Let's get started. You're going to thread your needle with 30 inches of Wildfire. We're going to pick up an 11/0 and we're gonna bring it down, and we're gonna leave like an inch tail just so we can do knots later. We're gonna pick up our 10mm and we're gonna bring it down, and we're gonna pick up an 11/0 and we're gonna pass our needle back through the 10mm, and we're gonna pull. Now this is what we have. We're gonna pass our needle through the bead, the 11/0. My thread is coming out of the 10mm, and I'm gonna pass my needle through the 11/0, but make sure my thread, the one this is the tail of my thread, is coming out right here. We're gonna pass our needle through that, going on that direction too. So when we pull, our seed bead sits like this. This is what we want. Now we're gonna pick up 12 seed beads and we're gonna pass a needle through the seed bead in the bottom of the crystal. My thread is coming out right here. We're gonna pass through the bead right here, and we're gonna pull, and this is what we have. Now we're gonna pick up 13 Miyuki seed beads, and my thread is coming out of this seed bead right here. We're gonna pass a needle through the seed bead on top, and I'm gonna pass through 2, and when we pull, this is what we have. And now we're gonna reinforce these 2 times, so go ahead and go through the same beads 2 times. Or if you feel like going 3 times, that's okay, but we're gonna pass through those beads again. So this is my first time, so I wanna pull tight. because I want this to be really tight. And I'm gonna pass one more time. Okay, this is my third time. Now I want to pass my needle. I want my thread coming out of the bead, the bead that is connected to the through the crystal, which is this one. If you look closely, you can see the two threads connecting to the crystal. That's what we want. Okay. Remember, we want to keep our tension really tight. And you can see my threads right here. So this is the bead, the first bead we add. So that's the bead we want to be coming out of. We're going to pick up 3. And my thread is coming out of this way. We're going to pass our needle through the same bead on the direction my thread is coming, because we are making a right angle whip. So we just want to pass through the same bead and pull. And this is what you want to have. Okay, so my thread is coming out of the bead, the center bead again. We're gonna go up 1 bead, pull tight, and we're gonna pass through the one on top. And we're gonna pick up 3 beads again. My thread is coming out of this. We're gonna pass our needle one more time, going through the same direction, and pull. And this is what we have now. Let me show you. We're gonna pass through this needle, through this seed bead, and up through this one on top. And now we are coming out of the top bead, so we're gonna pick up our crystal and a seed bead, and we're gonna bring this down. We're gonna skip the seed bead, and we're gonna come down through the crystal, and pull. And when we pull, our seed bead sits on top of that crystal. Pull tight. Now right here is important. My thread is coming out of this side of the seed bead, so we're gonna pass our needle through the other side, like making a circle once again, so we can have a thread on each side of the seed bead. So pull. And don't worry if it doesn't sit perfectly, we're gonna fix that later. So this is what we should have now. Okay, so now we're gonna pick up 7 seed beads. My thread is coming out of this seed bead. I'm gonna pass my needle through this one. And this is what we should have. And now we're gonna pick up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My thread is coming out of this seed bead. We're gonna pass through the one under the crystal, and we're gonna reinforce 2 times, just like we did in the 10mm crystal. So go ahead and reinforce 2 times. Go ahead and do it one more time. Pass through all the beads. Okay, and now we're gonna pass. I reinforce 3 times, and this seed bead is the one that is in the center, the one that is connecting to my crystal. I'm gonna pass through that one and through one more. We're gonna pass through one more. And now I'm gonna flip my work. So your thread, it should be coming out one more seed bead. This is the one is connected to our crystal. So I want to go one more, and I'm going to pick 17 seed beads. 17. Okay, we're gonna pass them through this side, like flip them. We want our 2 seed beads to lay one on top of the other, and we're gonna pass our needle through the center bead right here. If you see closely, we have 2, 1, and 2. So we're gonna pass through the one in the center, and don't worry if your beads doesn't look right. We're gonna fix them, okay? Just trust me on this. This is what you should have. Now we're gonna pick up 21 seed beads. Pick up 21. And now we're gonna pass our needle. This is the bead. The seed bead is connecting through our crystal. our beads coming this way, so we're gonna pass our needle going on the other direction that our beads are coming. So I'm gonna pass in this direction. See, if you see, my beads are coming this way. I want these two beads, this bead to sit on top of the other one, so we're gonna go this way. So when you pull, this is what you should have. And don't worry if it doesn't look good, like I said. Now we're gonna pull tight, and we're gonna pass a needle through the first bead. See, my thread is coming out right here. This is the last bead we just add that comes with the 21. We're gonna pass our needle going on this direction. So when we pull, you see, it's like doing a square stitch on that one. And when we pull, this is what we have. And now we're gonna pick up a seed bead, and my thread is coming out of this seed bead. We're gonna pass a needle through the same seed bead like this, and we're gonna pull. And this is what we have. Now we're gonna pass, our thread is coming out of this, our thread is coming out of this one at the bottom. We're gonna pass through the seed bead is connecting to the crystal once again, going on that direction. And we're gonna pass through the seed bead we just add. We're gonna connect these 3 seed beads. So this is what you should have. You should have 2, and on this side too. And we're gonna pass through the seed bead that is connecting to the crystal once again. And we're gonna come up through this seed bead. And we're gonna turn to this one, the one that we just add. So if you look closely, this is what we have. This is the bead, the 2 beads. This is the last one from the 21 that we just add, and this is the seed bead connecting to the crystal, and this is the one we just add. So we're gonna pick up 23 seed beads now. Okay, we're gonna bring them down. And now these beads are on top, so this one is under. Now this one is gonna come on top, so we want these ones to be in the bottom. So just go ahead and come, see, set them like this. And what we're gonna do, this is the center bead where we pass. Instead of coming this way, we're gonna pass our needle going backwards through that bead. That's the center bead, and we're gonna pull, and that makes the one stays on top and the other one on the bottom. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna pass our thread is coming out of this, the center bead, remember? We're gonna pass our needle through the last of the 23 seed beads we just add, so we can connect them, these two. I pull too fast, so I want you to see what I'm doing right here. See? And we're gonna pull tight. We're gonna pick up 19. We got 19. And right here, this is the one that we're working on. So if you check right here, it comes under, it comes on top right here, and we want this one under this seed bead. So we want this, the first seed beads, to sit on top, and then the other ones under. And we're gonna pass our needle going backwards on this seed bead, the one that is connecting to this one, the first one, but through the back. And when you pull, this is what you should have. And it doesn't look good, I know. It's okay. So now, you see, this is our seed bead, and we got these two coming out. We're gonna connect them like we did on the bottom on the other crystal. So we're gonna come through this one and pull. And now we're gonna pass through this one, the one across, and pull. And now we're gonna pass, my thread is coming out of this one, we're gonna pass through the one our beads are coming out. And pull. And now we're gonna pass through two. My thread is coming out of the one of the beads from the center row, remember? So we're gonna pass through four. And we're gonna position them down, because what we want is connect these two on top, and also we want to connect them with the ones in the center. So we're gonna pass through three and pull and flip, and now we're gonna go back and pass through two, and we want to pass through one now, and now we want to pass down through one. And if you can, as you can see, we had threads going across with four, because that's what we want to connect them together. So now we want to connect them with the ones right here in the base. So look at this, I'm coming out of the third bead, so this is where I started working. So 1 2 3 1 2 3, so I'm gonna pass through one, and when we pull, they connect together. So we're just gonna go now up, going backwards, okay. Now we just gotta do it on this side too. Okay, so we're just gonna go across through two, and no, actually we're gonna go through one only. So come up through one, and then we're gonna come see we're coming from this third one, but we're gonna come this way so we can put these two beads together. See, you can see now they're connecting. You gotta see threads connecting, and now we're just gonna come up through the three of them. Now if you look closely, this is what we have, and on this side they're connecting too. So if you look, by doing this, it stays like it sits a little bit better now. Doesn't move that much. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna add a wire guarding. So we're gonna pass down through this one. My thread is coming out of this one. We're gonna pass up one. My thread is coming out of this seed bead. We're gonna pass a thread under this thread right here. And we're gonna pull. And now we're gonna pick up our wire guarding. Pass your needle through one hole. Come down through the other hole. And we're just gonna position it. And we can pass our needle my thread is coming out under this thread, so we're gonna pass a needle under both threads. Like I'm gonna pass to the next thread and under the first one. Like this. And this is my way to do it. You can do it on a different way if you like it. That way I have my wire guardian, and now all I got to do is reinforce it. So I'm just gonna pass 2 more times. So go ahead and pass your needle 2 more times through the wire guardian. And we're gonna come down 1 more time through our wire guardian. And like I said, you can just go straight down. Like this. Make sure your threads sits on top of the wire guarding, because sometimes they tend to go down and if you're not paying attention. Now we're just gonna come up in the center and you're gonna come down through this seed bead going this way. Okay, my thread is coming out of this bead right here. I'm just gonna pass through the bead across, and we're just gonna reinforce. So we're just gonna come all the way through all these beads, pulling. And we're gonna pass through all of them. and just pull. Make sure you don't skip none of the beads, so just keep pulling. I'm coming through the last bead. See, I went through all of them. Pull really tight. And now what we're gonna do right here is we're just gonna connect these beads right here. 3 of them. We're not gonna worry about the ones in the bottom. Just so pass through 3. And look at the ones in front, and we're gonna come up through 2. And we're just gonna come up through 1 on the other side. Going back through 2 across. And now we want to reinforce. We already reinforced this, the top one. So now we gotta reinforce this one right here. So we're just gonna go up through this one. And as you're going up, you can be doing some knots because we are basically done with our earring. So I'm gonna pass under, and I'm gonna make a knot right here, and I'm gonna pull tight, and we're gonna pass that through 4. It doesn't matter how many you go through. Pass under and make a knot, and just keep repeating this. Just keep doing knots all around and cut your threads, and we can put our earring post. Okay, I make all the knots and I cut my threads. All I need to do is add the earring post. So we're just gonna go ahead and open it. And we're gonna put our earring in, and we're just gonna close it. And there you have a beautiful, beautiful earring. Thank you for watching. I hope it was easy to follow along. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. And please like my videos. Share my videos with your friends. Until next time, bye-bye.